Can you trust your wife again after she cheated? If you even asking that, I already know what you're living with, my friend. You're not just hurt. You're on what I call patrol. Your mind keeps scanning. Your body won't relax. Your chest gets tight at night. And you, my friend, keep thinking, if I trust her again, am I the fool? If I don't trust her, what's the point of staying? How do I know if she will not do this again? I want you to listen to me, my friend. That question, can I trust her, is not a relationship question. Understand, it's a safety question, my friend. And in this video, I'm going to give you the truth that men need. No therapy talk, no fluff, just real men talk. I'm going to show you what trust actually is, how it gets rebuilt, and the exact test you use to know if trust is even possible here. However, before we dive into the content, do me a huge favor and tap the like button below. When you tap the like button, you're helping this video get pushed out to that hurt husband, I should say, who is asking that question. Can I trust my wife again? When you tap the like button, you're helping this video reach that man. So do me a favor and tap the like button below. Now let's dive into the content. Here's what betrayal does to a man. You don't just doubt her. You start doubting you, your instincts, your judgment, your ability to read people. You catch yourself watching everything, my friend, where her phone sits, how fast she responds, whether she smiles at a text message, her tone when you ask a question, and you hate it because you don't want to live your entire life like a detective. But your mind keeps saying, last time you trusted her, you got played. So don't get played again. That's what your mind is telling you. That's why you can't just calm down. Your body is acting like you are in danger. And I want you to understand, you are not crazy for feeling this. Betrayal, it hits a man's system like a threat, my friend. But here's the mistake most men make. They try to force trust with emotions. They try to talk themselves into it. And guess what? That crap doesn't work because trust isn't a feeling. Understand, trust is evidence. Here is the deep truth that I want you to understand. Trust is not something you decide after betrayal. Trust is something you observe over time, because after infidelity, your mind needs proof, not speeches, not tears, not promises. Proof, my friend. And that is why everybody online sounds stupid when they say, just leave, just stay. Once a cheater, always a cheater. That's entertainment advice. That's not leadership, because every situation is different, but the principles, my friend, are not different. So today I'm giving you a simple framework, man language, I call it, that will make this clear. I call it the 3 locks of trust. And listen, my friend, this is very important. If these locks are not closing, your mind will not rest. If one lock is still open, you will stay on patrol. So let's go deep on these 3 locks. Lock number 1 is the contact lock, my friend. Is the affair truly dead? Not, she said it's over. Is it dead in reality? Because if there is still contact, even small contact, a hidden check-in, a closure conversation, a secret DM, a we're just friends situation, a block, unblock game, brother, let me say it plain so you understand. You cannot rebuild trust in a house that still has a back door open. Understand, and a lot of men try to stay and rebuild while this lock is still open. All that does is destroy you slowly. Understand, because now you're sharing your wife emotionally. So the first lock is simple. If there is still contact, trust is not being rebuilt. It's being negotiated. And you don't negotiate with betrayal. Lock number 2, the accountability lock. Does she own what she did without defense? This matters more than most men realize, because a woman can end the affair but keep the same mindset that allowed it. So ask yourself, when you bring it up, what happens? Does she take responsibility, or does she do this? Deny, attack, flip it on you, call you insecure, say you're controlling, say you're the reason I did it. I'm going to give you a harsh line, my friend. I want you to understand. If she's still blaming you, she's not ready to rebuild trust, my friend, because blame is a dodge. Understand that blame is an attempt to avoid the weight of accountability. And I'll make it even more simple so you understand this. If she wants trust again but won't accept accountability, she doesn't want trust. She wants comfort. That's why this lock is so important, because without accountability, you have no foundation. Lock number 3, the transparency lock, my friend. Is she willing to live in the light? After betrayal, privacy cannot look like secrecy. Understand, and a lot of men struggle right here because they don't want to feel like a warden, a sheriff, some type of control freak. It ain't about that at all, my friend. Transparency is not punishment. Transparency is repair. If a person breaks your trust, they don't get to demand the same level of hands-off access as before, because now the relationship is rebuilding. So transparency looks like openness, consistency, no secrets, no secret conversations, no I deserve privacy, none of that crap. And I want you to hear this, my friend. If she guards her phone harder than she guards your marriage, my friend, you have your answer. That's the truth right there, my friend. Now, here is the eye opener. Most men think the problem is I can't trust her. But a lot of times the real problem is you're trying to trust someone while these locks are still open. Understand that. And your nervous system is screaming because it sees the truth. So let me say this again so you can understand. Trust isn't a feeling. Trust is evidence. When locks closes, your mind calms down. When locks stay open, your mind stays on patrol. That's why you can't sleep. That's why you feel triggered. That's why you keep checking, my friend. And I'm going to say something right now that might sting, but you need to hear this, my friend. If you keep offering trust where evidence is missing, you're not being loving, you're being desperate. And desperate men get played again, and again. Let me paint the real picture right here. Trust again does not mean you never think about it. You never get triggered. You forgot what happened. You become cool with betrayal. No. Trust again looks like consistent proof over time. Action matching words. Accountability without defense. Transparency that stays consistent, my friend. Trust comes back slow and quiet, not in one emotional moment. Understand, not because she cried, not because she apologized, because patterns change, because truth becomes normal, because the locks stay closed. And one more thing, if you stayed, you're not going back to the old marriage. You're testing if a new marriage can be built. That's the truth right there. You see so many men try to rebuild the old marriage. After infidelity, you cannot rebuild the old marriage. You're trying to see if a new marriage is worth being rebuilt. Understand, when my wife cheated on me with my best friend / business partner, I went into a rage, my friend. And then I found myself asking that question, can I trust her again after she cheated? And I even started going online, typing that question on YouTube, and started seeing crap online. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Just leave. All the crap that's all emotional based. And if you're a solid man does not live off his emotions, my friend. So what I did, I started looking, started seeing where her actions going to change. Is she still contacting him? What is she doing? And slowly but surely, she started just opening up, giving me her location. Hey, here's my location, without me asking or being a warden. Calling me at the store. Hey, do you need this? Just being straight, opening, and consistently. Now, this right here, understand, number one, every marriage is different. Understand that. Some men will be able to rebuild a new marriage, and some men will have to leave. That's why that one answer is crazy. It's crazy because every situation is different. However, what's not different and what you must not negotiate is your standards, my friend. Number one, your standards. If you negotiate your standards, my friend, that's where the issue lies. You have to put the focus on becoming the best version of yourself. That's what I did. I stopped putting my focus on the marriage, my wife, infidelity, and started putting my focus on becoming a better Ty Neal, becoming a better version of me, and developing a mission that's bigger than me. See, if you live in the spot where your focus is solely on the marriage, solely on what she did, that is too small, my friend. That is too small. You need a mission that's bigger than you. If you live down there in the affair, in the marriage, my friend, you will stay in the dirt forever. I say this in all my videos, my friend. A man who sleeps with another man's wife is not a man to envy. Understand that. It's not a man to be upset with. In fact, that man has no code at all. So why would I be upset with a man who has no code? That man is below the scum of the earth, I should say. So no, we don't focus on him. We don't focus on her. We put our attention on becoming the best version of ourselves, increasing our standards, getting to the gym, getting our mind right, becoming self-disciplined, understanding self-love for ourselves. Because once we start developing self-love for ourselves, then we can look and say, is this marriage worth being rebuilt? Is this person worth the new version of me? Instead of saying, oh, please take me back. Please take me back. No, forget that crap. There is no begging. You are a man with standards and you have to conduct yourself like one. Before I end this video, I want to add a little faith right here because it matters. God is a God of truth. God is not asking you to pretend. Understand, He's not asking you to deny reality to keep the peace. Truth is what makes you free. Understand that. And that means two things. You don't have to hate her, number one, but you do have to live in truth. Understand that. And sometimes the hardest truth, my friend, is this. You cannot rebuild something holy on top of secrecy. So if you're a man of God right now, I want you to hear me right now. Love does not require you to surrender wisdom. Understand, You can be forgiving and still have your standards, my friend. You can be patient and still require accountability. God doesn't build men on confusion. He builds men on clarity. Understand. Go grab a sheet of paper and I want you to draw 3 lines, my friend. And I want you to write contact lock, open or close, accountability lock, open or close, transparency lock, open or close. Then write this sentence down at the bottom. I will not offer trust where locks are still open. Understand that. Now, this is what I want. Not because you are cold, because you are wise, because you're protecting your mind, your dignity, and your future. And if all 3 locks are closed, my friend, then yes, trust can be rebuilt over time, but it still requires consistency. It still requires patience. It still requires standards. And you want a plan for your exact situation. That's, my friend, is my call to action where I can help you. Brother, if this video give you clarity, do me a favor and tap the like button below. Not for me, but for the man that's right now asking himself, can I trust her again? For the man who thinks he is crazy. That like pushes this video to him. Subscribe to the channel, Man Unbreakable, because you don't need one video. You need a brotherhood, because a affair will have a man thinking he is alone. That's where this channel comes into play, my friend, because you are not alone. Subscribe to the channel where you can get new videos week in and week out, my friend, and leave your comment below. Type in those, I'm locked in. I understand all 3 locks. Type in, leave a comment below, because your comment shows the next man who viewed this video that he is not alone. And that is huge, my friend, because right now, if you're dealing with your wife affair, I promise you, you think you are alone. That's how I was. That's how I was. I thought I was alone. I wish I had a channel like this back when I was dealing with my wife affair, because I thought I was alone. And if you're in that same spot, my friend, I'm telling you right now, you are not alone. You have a brotherhood. You have Man Unbreakable. And if you're dealing with betrayal right now and your mind is racing, your confidence is shaking, and you're trying to figure out what to do next, I want to help you, my friend. I offer a Man Unbreakable reset session. It is a 60-minute one-on-one call where we get you out of the spiral, back into control. We get clear on where you are and where you're going in the future so you don't stay stuck. Your next move, so you leave with a plan that you can follow, my friend. This is a no fluff call, no therapy session, no vent session, just a real guidance from a man who have lived it. If you're ready to tap in, my friend, click the link in the description and book your Man Unbreakable reset session. Until then, I want you to keep showing up. Keep choosing you, because you are unbreakable. I will see you in the next video.